Namaskar, good evening. You're watching the special edition of the Newshour and I'm Swati Joshi. As the clamour for justice for the 31-year-old Kolkata doctor grows, the CBI has intensified its investigation in the case. CBI will record statement of 10 cops of Kolkata police, including the officer in charge of the local police station, to understand the sequence of events on the fateful night and on the night when the hospital was vandalized. The probe agency has also conducted polygraph, or the lie detection test, on 7 people linked to the case, including the main accused Sanjay Roy, the former principal of RG Kaur Hospital Sandeep Ghosh, 4 doctors working at the hospital, and 1 more person. Times now has accessed the list of questions CBI is asking these individuals. Let's start with the former principal Sandeep Ghosh, who was questioned by the CBI for 8 consecutive days, totaling around 100 hours of questioning. Sources say CBI's list of questions for Ghosh's polygraph test carries these details. Did he know accused Sanjay Roy, and did he ever meet him? Was the crime scene altered? How did the accused have access to emergency ward? Why were the parents told that the victim died by suicide? Sanjay Roy's polygraph test has been conducted in the jail and it will be done again tomorrow. CBI's line of questioning for him include: did he commit the crime? Did he enter the hospital around 11 p.m. on the night of 8th August as seen in CCTV? Why did he leave within 30 minutes and come back after 4 hours? Was he being pressured to confess to the crime? To the 4 doctors, the CBI has asked about whether the victim reported any harassment, who ordered and paid for dinner that night, what the doctors did after exiting the hall. Questions also include on whether the doctors faced any threats or coercion after they heard about the crime. We also spoke to a junior doctor who met CBI officers regarding the status of the investigation.
It is a very formal conversation. We went to the CBI CGO complex to know the clarification and the progress and the status of the investigation, and they have told that they are not answerable to us or to anyone. They are only answerable to Supreme Court. And they have told that just keep faith on us. We are on right track. As soon as possible, we will crack this case. That's it. We all know that the crime scene has been compromised, and that's why we went to the CGO complex and to discuss this. That who have done this.
And in another crucial development, the CBI has seized the motorbike used by accused Sanjay Roy, which has police written on it. Meanwhile, news continues to tighten around Sandeep Ghosh, with the CBI now also taking over corruption case against him. Earlier, it was the Kolkata Police SIT which was probing alleged irregularities committed by the former principal of RG Kaur Hospital. The documents related to the case were handed over to the CBI as per directions of the Calcutta High Court on Friday. In fact, Times Now has accessed the documents from the hospital that expose the financial irregularities. Sandeep Ghosh set up a skill lab. Now, we are given to understand that it costs 3 times the actual cost, the actual price. It was set up at a cost of over 2 crore rupees. Similar lab at Diamond Harbour Hospital was built at just over 61 lakh rupees. There are claims of cover-up as well and patronage. Remember, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's old letter to Dr. Ghosh has now surfaced. The letter, which is a birthday wish, was written by CM Banerjee in 2022. This letter establishes how close former RG Kaur principal was to the Chief Minister. Even as the nation is outraged over the Kolkata brutality, another incident happened in Kolkata that once again raised questions about women's safety in Bengal. Bengali actress Payal Mukherjee alleged that she was attacked by the unknown bikers on a crowded street in Kolkata. The actor also took to Instagram to narrate her ordeal, saying the biker blocked her car and asked her to come. When she refused to come out, the man smashed her car's window. Referring to the incident, the BJP targeted Mamata government, saying under her rule, Kolkata has been reduced to a nightmare for women. However, Kolkata police reacted to the incident. They said immediate action was taken. They intervened. The accused was arrested. Times Now spoke to the actor. Listen in to what she said.
He just hit the window, and on his third hit, my window completely, you can see in my Facebook live, it's completely damaged, and I was completely covered with that tiny particles of glass. We have never been in this kind of situation. This is really new for us, and what's happening with our Kolkata, we really don't know. Then it happened at 6:30 at a very prominent place in Kolkata. People were there, cars were there, and it happened there only.
All right, let's open this up and let's go across to our guest. We're joined by Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have Lalita Kumaramangalam, former chairperson NCW, Dr. Shashi Panja, Minister in charge, Industry, Commerce and Enterprise, Women and Child Development and Social Welfare, Government of West Bengal, and National Spokesperson of the TMC. We have Kamruzaman Chaudhary, political analyst, Tausif Ahmed Khan, lawyer and political analyst. Let's go across to them. Good evening to all of you. Ms. Panja, now the actor, who clearly does not belong to any political party, is also questioning the safety of women. And she's saying it happened at a crowded place at a prime location. Does that put a big question mark on the law and order situation? Let's forget what the BJP is saying, what other political parties are saying at the moment. What's the situation in Kolkata? What's happening on ground? Why is it that time and again such incidents are putting a big question mark over law and order situation?
Good evening to all. Now, this is very true that safety of women's safety or crimes against women is beyond politics. Ma'am, you need not even mention that. And this is not a place for political, battlegrounds. So, there was a time even NCRB data had shown Kolkata to be the safest city in 2020, 21, 22. So I think there is no defense that we are taking, much as we did not brag or take accolades for the NCRB declaring Kolkata to be the safest city those 3 years. Yes, we need to work upon all such incidents. And for that, we have been working because there has been a massive installation of CCTVs. Since you were mentioning about the actress's the incident which has happened with her, which should not, and that CCTV installations are absolutely everywhere. And also, our Chief Minister had, set up these fast-track courts to handle cases of any crimes against women. So we have, I think, a sizable amount of such things, so that there's speedy trial, and that signal is given. Having said that, we also have many Mahila Thanas. What I'm trying to say is that the government is trying, and yes, of course, wherever such things happen, there is no compromise, and there's no compromised investigation either. Investigation would be done, and the victim has to be heard. She has to get that justice.
Yes. Now, Ms. Panja, you know that I am not exclusively talking about this particular incident, and I link it to women's safety in general. You know why we are discussing this today. Since you're pointing out all the measures taken by the West Bengal government, I'm sure they have not happened overnight. You've been taking such steps. Despite that, a Kolkata rape and murder case happens. You're saying there will be no compromise with the investigation, but that's exactly what is being questioned. The lapses being highlighted, not just by any other political party, but by the Supreme Court itself. One of the judges, Ms. Panja, said that he has not seen anything like that in his career of 30 years.
No, ma'am, again, we are not... we are terribly anguished, and we are not taking any defense. It's a horrific incident. I am myself a medical practitioner, and we also have gone through these 36 hours of duty. So what I'm trying to say is that I think this is something which the Supreme Court is looking into, because there was a very important hearing day before yesterday by the Supreme Court, where they have questioned CBI. They've asked CBI to give the updated status, because now the investigation lies with them. Kolkata police, rather the state government, also has to submit what action police has taken, especially in the case of vandalism which took place on 14th August. So these were two issues on which the Supreme Court has heard the case day before yesterday, because as you all know, suo motu cognizance has been taken by the Honorable Supreme Court, the apex court.
Right. Having
said that, yes, Kolkata police arrested within 19 hours of the incident, and we are not content with that at all. But, madam, the council on behalf of the state government also submitted threadbare timelines, and
yes.
It's all there.
Yes,
and
it's all there.
Reflected
it's
in the
all
so-called printed.
Absolutely, it's all there. What we are not here, mentioning or conveniently missing out is the Supreme Court asking the delay in filing the FIR. Pradeep Bhandari, the Supreme Court also pointing out multiple lapses. There's something else written in the general diary, something else written in the case diary, the timing of the FIR, the timing of the unnatural death case being reported. Why are so many discrepancies that are coming to fore now?
Swati, thank you so much for having me, and good evening to your viewers. Let me begin by just rebutting a factual point with the delegate from the Trinamool Congress said. She was speaking about the NCRB. The fact is that the West Bengal government, as per data, in fact, did not give data for tabulation. And this is what the NCW has also said on record, and this is what the NCRB has also said. So to say that as per the record of the NCRB, Bengal is a safe place, Bengal does not send data for an actual tabulation. Now let me come to the primary argument. This is a cover-up sarkar which is going on in Bengal, and this is not what I am saying. This is also what has been established by the Supreme Court in multiple of its observations. And I quote the Supreme Court. It says, haven't seen a case like this in 30 years. This is what the Supreme Court asked the Bengal government. The Supreme Court asks the Bengal government, why was there a delay in filing the FIR? So the Supreme Court concludes that the objective of the state government was not in order for a free and fair investigation, Swati. The objective of the state government was cover-up. And the only speedy thing which happened in Bengal was reinstation and promotion of Sandeep Ghosh. The letter which you were speaking about, this is the 30 June 2022 letter, and where Mamata Banerjee goes extremely, it's very warm in her appreciation of Professor Ghosh, and she says, may you fulfill all your dreams, may your life be blessed with more happiness, success and good health. So there is a great camaraderie which you get to know between Mamata Banerjee and Professor Ghosh. My question is it that Professor Ghosh knows a lot about Trinamool Congress? Is it that Professor Ghosh knows who the real accused is? This is why Mamata Banerjee and the entire Trinamool Congress, even in this debate, is not speaking about Professor or Sandeep Ghosh. My point. If this was not political, Swati, this is another letter which I have from the West Bengal government. Why is it preventing students who want to ask and go on the streets for justice for the RG car victim? Why is the Bengal government in a circular to all these schools? This is the Bengal government circular. Okay. This is exactly dated 22/8. This is the 22nd August circular. Why is it preventing them? And last and foremost, the main primary is the victim. And let me quote what the victim's family has said. The victim's family said that the police did not cooperate with us. They only tried to hush up the case as soon as possible. Okay. So the primary argument which I am saying, the Bengal government's only objective was, Mamata Banerjee's only objective was protecting Sandeep Ghosh and doing an entire cover-up. That's why more than 20 lawyers were there in the Supreme Court. This is where there are 20 lawyers to protect the Bengal government.
Let's take a response from Shashi Panja. Is the TMC government trying to shield Sandeep Ghosh? Because even the Supreme Court asked, the principal should have come to fore. The hospital authorities should have registered an FR in the first place. What happens? He resigns, then you reinstate him and give him a new post.
Madam, first, the previous speaker, I don't know whether he belongs to a political party or not.
He is the national spokesperson of the BJP.
I mean, really wild allegations and really distorted, very distorted and misinterpreted. You know, sending a letter. Honorable Chief Minister sends a letter even to us on our birthdays, or even to many journalists on their birthdays. Well, this is just a social custom which she follows. Why are you trying to misinterpret a letter? I mean, you don't know don't know it in entirety. Ma'am, let this, you know, this is the very narrative that they are trying to build. And if they are a political party, it's very unfortunate. This is the precisely that narrative which they are building. And this is not required. Investigation will not be compromised. Why don't we ask the CBI? It's almost 10, 12 days.
Okay, one second,
you know, this fake narrative.
Was the court also swayed? Was the court also swayed by these narratives when the court asked, why was this individual immediately appointed in another college as a principal?
Ma'am, let's not, it's very important, Swati, no? Swati ji, it's very important. I'm sorry because I'm joining from outside the studio. Swati, it's very important. Do not digress from the main issue. Who are the culprits? We need to ask CBI to catch the culprits. Whether this man was transferred, whether
How
he was,
do we know
was
at this
given
point
the other
of time
posting,
that this man
why
is
the decision
not
was
involved?
taken by the health department.
Why are we talking about culprits as if they are people from outside who nobody knows about at the moment, who had nothing to do with the hospital? We don't know whether this man was involved or not.
Swati, we can continue. Swati, we can continue to debate. I'm not defending Sandeep Ghosh. I have no intention to do so. CBI is questioning him daily. Why didn't they arrest him? It's almost 10 days now. Today he's gone through a polygraph. Let him speak. Let CBI give the findings. I mean, there is a selective silence. So then let us wait for CBI to do the meticulous investigation. I mean, how can you and anybody jump to such conclusions? Whether it was a single culprit, whether there was a multiple culprit.
One second. Did the West Bengal government not say that we are not ruling that out?
No, it's very important.
No, did the West Bengal government not say they are not ruling it out?
No. What ruling what out?
Whether one individual is involved or whether there are others part of it as well.
What?
And that it should be investigated.
Why? No, that is not something which the government will say. That is something when police was investigating, they will say in the post-mortem report, the inquest which was ordered by none was done by the none less than the learned judicial magistrate. It is them to speak. This post-mortem report and the other documents have been handed over to CBI. Now CBI will speak. Supreme Court, Honorable CJI said, do not speak about what the post-mortem report is in the social media. I have it in my hand.
Absolutely.
What bigger statement
and that very Supreme
make?
Court, the very Supreme Court also questioned the procedural lapses, the delay in filing of the FIR. I want to bring in Tausif very quickly. Tausif, I'm sure you understand how these things work given your legal background. Filing of an FIR at 11:30, almost 14 hours after the crime was committed. A massive delay. On top of everything, the parents saying that even the cremation was done in a very hushed up manner.
Swati, this particular question have been answered time and again, even when this the PIL was filed before the Calcutta High Court, and the answer was provided. The hourly development of the hour-to-hour development on the day when the matter came to the fore. You see, in the absence of any complaint from the hospital authority, a case of unnatural death was initiated, and only after the post-mortem report, the FIR along with the Tala station was lodged, calling it a rape and murder case. It is as clear as that, and it has been said so many times. And actually, there is no room to cast any aspersion on this aspect. Yes, you are right. If you question why the hospital authorities did not lodge a complaint, they should have done so. And I am saying this. Hundreds of people, even the court, have said so. Now, this matter, why the hospital authorities did not file a complaint, this is to be investigated by the CBI. The ball is in the CBI's court.
Okay.
CBI has been waiting from last 10 days.
Okay,
Only after Supreme Court's intervention.
Very conveniently. We are quickly jumping onto the point that CBI is probing, and Pradeep Bhandari, perhaps the CBI should answer. Over 100 hours of grilling of Sandeep Ghosh. What has the CBI come across?
Well, Swati, the Supreme Court is satisfied with the probe of the CBI, and the CBI is calling and questioning Sandeep Ghosh, who was not even called once by the Calcutta police, and I'll tell you why. Because when Trinamool Congress gets seats, this is Sandeep Ghosh signing a victory sign in all the colors of Trinamool Congress. Please tell me, the panelists from the Trinamool Congress said there are wild allegations. Tell me one point which is not factual. Is it true or not that the Supreme Court questions and says the state that why did the state not file the FIR at time? Is it true or not that the Supreme Court said that why did the principal of the college not file the FIR? Why was he trying to hush it as a case of suicide? Is it true or not that the victims had no faith in the Calcutta police? It's not about the administration, madam. It is about the West Bengal government, from Trinamool Congress, from Mamata Banerjee, involved in a cover-up operation. And if that was not the case, Swati, the High Court would not have passed the concurrent opinion. The Supreme Court would not have passed the concurrent opinion. The doctors would not have been on the street. An 80-year-old woman and a 4-year-old child, all of them were asking for the RG car victims to be given justice. But what did the Trinamool Congress did? What was the Trinamool Congress focused on? It was focused on filing FIRs on journalists. It was focused on ensuring that a mob of 7,000 reaches RG Kar Medical College, and the police had no intelligence. Okay. Are you telling me that the 48 hours of investigation, which is the golden period of investigation, where the crime scene was tampered, this is what the CBI said in the court. So what they are all trying to do, Swati, they have already hushed up the crime scene. Okay. They have not spoken once that why was the Calcutta police not questioning Sandeep Ghosh? Why was he reinstated? We all know in 2023 in Murshidabad, when he was transferred within months and days, he was again brought back to Calcutta. Calcutta
patronage.
Please answer that.
Okay, patronage. The allegation of patronage because there were complaints. What came to fore now, an ex-official of the hospital says that he brought this to light, brought this to fore, that there are financial irregularities happening as well under the regime of this individual, Shashi Panja, but he's being protected, he's being shielded because clearly no action was taken against him. He was brought back time and again. How do you respond to that?
may I request you what the Supreme Court has said? It is this very kind of allegations and this kind of distortion which no statements politically or otherwise to be made which would impact the volatile environment in this state. What is he saying? Everybody is protesting and we too are protesting and asking for justice.
But
there
against
are
whom,
peaceful
ma'am?
protests. Nobody is being prevented. This is not like in Maharashtra.
No,
No, the Maharashtra, they were the ones who beat up the protesters. Well, this man should answer. This man should answer for various other atrocities, about 90 rapes happening daily in India. Do you see? I said this should be a political consensus.
No, but one second,
We should all
Shashi Panja
fight
ji,
against it.
what
Not
was
have
the Chief
political
Minister
differences
protesting
about
against?
it. Why are you trying to
Who was the
let
Chief
the
Minister
Supreme Court,
protesting
let
against, ma'am?
CBI do the investigation? Why
Who
is
was
he
the
trying
Chief
to
Minister
butt in?
protesting against?
No. Why is it? The Supreme Court has given a long date, given a date for September 5th, when the police will also appear. And what is this thing of
Yes.
the council, 21
All
lawyers?
right.
What do
All
you mean?
right.
The
But when you say that the Chief Minister
it is
also
assumed
protested,
into cognizance
who was
by
the Chief
Supreme
Minister
Court.
protesting
so
against?
both parties have to pretend their case.
Who was the Chief Minister protesting against, ma'am?
Let's not digress. We
I am
are
not.
waiting for the
I am
conference
not.
to
You
be
brought
held.
up this point that even the Chief,
within
we are
19
so
hours,
anguished that
the
even the
first
Chief
accused was
Minister
held.
is seeking justice. Even the Chief Minister was
that is what
protesting, but
Mr.
protesting
Pandya
against
said.
whom?
Don't build this narrative. It's dangerous.
There is no narrative being built. There is no narrative being built. And if there was only narrative building which was happening, the Supreme Court would not have. The Calcutta High Court and the Supreme Court would not have asked those questions. Pradeep, I have to open this up for other guests also. I want to bring in Kamru Zaman Chaudhary. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, you've heard and I'm sure you're aware of the observations of the Calcutta High Court. You are now aware of the observations of the Supreme Court as well, the arguments on the timeline, the questioning of the delay in filing the FIR, and amidst all this, multiple allegations of patronage being provided. What, according to you, is happening? Is there some sort of a nexus, some sort of a patronage, or is this just BJP building one narrative, political parties building one narrative against the TMC?
No, I'm least bothered about what the BJP is building about, because that's their job, to be an ostrich with their head buried in the sand. They will look blind in their own states what's happening, we all are seeing. That apart, you know, Swati, there are three major episodes that happened with the RG Kaur incident. First is the heinous rape and murder case. The second was the corruption case against Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, which was brought by his own colleague Akhtar Ali. And the third is the attack on RG Kaur Hospital on 14th of night. Now, out of these three incidents that happened in RG Kaur, two incidents have already been handed over to the CBI for investigation. Now, the third incident also need to be handed over to the CBI, because all three are interconnected, and I believe a single agency investigating the entire three incidents will bring out the truth in the entire episodes that were happening. Because the stories that came out after the 14th was that the attack on the hospital happened because some people wanted to destroy the evidence. So doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani ho jaye yahan pe. Now, secondly, coming to the relation between Sandeep Ghosh and the Chief Minister of the state, that is for the investigation agencies to bring out. But having known Mamata Banerjee for over the last few years, I don't believe that Mamata Banerjee will be trying to hide such a heinous incident. It might have happened if happened at the local level, at the hospital, done by Sandeep Ghosh and his accomplices.
So divide, some sort of a divide in the Congress also, because Adhiranjan Chaudhary has asked Kapil Sibal to not represent the criminals. Of course, the Congress party hit back right at him, saying that he's representing the West Bengal government. Rahul Gandhi believes that it's a distraction. Don't ask me questions on this. Lalita Kumar Mangalam, the family at the moment, you know, one cannot even imagine and understand the pain, their plight. They've lost their daughter in such a brutal, gruesome manner. That family continuously is witness to all this.
You know, what is really tragic about this whole, and even hearing everybody speaking before me, is that the Honorable Minister of West Bengal herself claims that Bengal was once supposedly called the safest city in India. And today, what is Kolkata? I had a Bengali mother. I roamed around the streets of Calcutta for years as a young girl and child. That today's Bengal is not the place I grew up in. One, and two, there are so many lapses in after what happened, after what this poor girl being raped and killed. Some of them, the police commissioner himself admitted to in court. Some of them, they're all very well-known facts. And I find it very strange that even the minister who is today on television is getting so agitated when we are questioning her government. You don't want us to say TMC government, fine. We can say state government. It is the state government that is answerable. Today, yes, the CBI has been given the case a few days ago. They're looking at it. They will answer to the Supreme Court. Questioning the CBI does not make the state government's inadequacy or patronage or whatever words we may want to use any less. There have been too many slips between the cup and the lip in this case, regardless of the politics, regardless of anything else. This case was not foisted upon Kolkata or West Bengal or anybody else. It happened. The protests that happened were organic. Many questions that have been asked are slowly being answered because to the CBI, but we still don't know why the protesters, the genuine protesters, the organic protests, the people who were beaten up, threatened, etc. We still don't know why people on social media talking about this were sent threatening letters by the Kolkata police. We still don't know why. And now, of course, the latest thing is that Sanjay Roy, that is the accused, has told CBI that he's been framed, that he's been forced to say this. There are too many questions that are unanswered. Also, let's not forget that most of the evidence was probably destroyed. Deliberately or not, we'll soon know. But it seems deliberately because all those hooligans were allowed right next within about 10 feet of where the actual crime took place. Now, the real thing now here is that when instead of trying to pass the buck and claiming that they are cooperating with the central government and the CBI, right? The West Bengal government is still busy trying to pass the buck. This is extremely disturbing. This is probably why people like the young lady, the actress who made this, who was attacked today, I mean, young girls like her, young women like her are still being attacked in broad daylight. You know, Calcutta is known to have very fierce, well-educated, independent women. It's the land of Durga, for God's sake. I mean, sorry, you know, but what is today Calcutta? It's full of lumpen elements.
What it has been reduced to. That's what you're trying to highlight.
I'm not saying they are party members.
All right. But I want to bring in the larger issue here, which is about the crime against women and safety of women, not just in one particular state, but across the country, because there are multiple instances. Multiple instances that come to fore, irrespective of the parties in power, irrespective of the state governments.
Absolutely.
And Pradeep Bhandari, that's exactly what Shashi Panja was also trying to point out, and Kamruzaman Chaudhary as well. What about these crimes being committed in BJP-ruled states? Why have we not seen such outrage? Why haven't people within the party questioned the leadership or inefficiency in handling of the cases? Is this a mindset, as many keep pointing out during the debate, or is this really the lack of efficiency of the government in handling the cases?
Swati, the difference is that here in Bengal, you have a cover-up government which is focused on covering up, which is focused on protecting the accused. I can go on and discuss all the cases which you want in BJP-ruled states, but please tell me where was the one case where the chief minister was involved and the chief minister's administration was involved in a cover-up operation. And let me tell you why there is a cover-up. You spoke about the victim. What does the victim tell you in this case? The victim tells you the police did not do a good job. I feel that the chief minister is trying to stop the protest. Did the chief minister, Mamata Banerjee, suspend her favorite police commissioner? No. Did she act against her favorite police commissioner? No. So the question is, who is the state patronizing? The state is patronizing Sandeep Ghosh. My another question is, why was Section 144 imposed in the state? The Section 144 was imposed in the state because Mamata Banerjee knew that people on the ground were coming. This was Bengal versus Mamata Banerjee. It's just not about the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now my point is somebody was talking about political vulturism. Please tell me, this is Mr. Rahul Gandhi, this is Priyanka Vadra Kamru was speaking about. Have you seen them utter a single word on Beti of Bengal? In fact, Rahul Gandhi calls it as a distraction. She ran an entire campaign, Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu. Has she even spoken once? This is the difference. And now let me go just 10 seconds of point.
Yes.
My point is, and it's a very simple point. Please tell me what the Supreme Court has said. The Supreme Court has asked the Bengal government, why did you promote and reinstate the principle? This is not what the Bharatiya Janata Party said. The Supreme Court has asked. The Supreme Court was surprised that the FIR was filed in a delayed manner. The Supreme Court transferred the case to CBI because the state failed in its duty. So here Mamata Banerjee's spokesperson cannot claim that she stands with the victim.
Okay, all
the
right.
victim does not believe
All
that
right,
Mamata
quick counters. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, Tausif Ahmed, then Ms. Panja. Kamruzaman Chaudhary.
Basically, the retainers of the BJP, like this man who is sitting on your panel, they will remain mum when Manipur happens, when Baba Ram Rahim is sent out on parole, when garlanders of Bilkis Banu rapists are garlanded in Gujarat, or when Chhatrapur happens, or when Hathras, the victim is cremated at the dead of the night, even the parents don't know, then these same retainers, they will remain silent. I am not here supporting Mamata Banerjee, nor I am a spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. As an independent person from Calcutta, I know how Calcutta is safe for the women of this country. But the basic question that BJP wants to bring out is they have involved RSS on the 27th.
Okay, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, since you've highlighted all the cases, or the crime against women, the atrocities that have happened in BJP ruled states, why are you leaving out Rajasthan when Ashok Gehlot was the chief minister and every single day we had reports of gruesome atrocities being committed on women? Since we're talking about the larger issue, Kamruzaman Chaudhary.
Election. No. Yeah, we have lost the election of Rajasthan just 2 days ago in Assam.
Lost the elections now. I'm talking about when the Congress party was in power. When the Congress party was in power, and you know what this goes on to show, nobody will leave this opportunity to politicize the entire issue. Tausif Ahmed. Then I have to go back to Shashi Panja to respond. Tausif Ahmed.
Swati, states like Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and now even Rajasthan being ruled by the BJP are at the top of the list of the states in our country.
Has Rajasthan come into that list now?
Women,
and it was the safest under Ashok Gehlot's regime.
Swati, please, you are not a BJP spokesperson. Why are you so perturbed? Let the BJP
I have every
spokesperson
right to question you. I have every right to question you. I have every right to ask you a question.
Please question on Manipur, that the CM's direct involvement in Manipur when women were
I think you have selective hearing as well. Is this a case also of selective hearing that you do not hear questions posed by me to the BJP spokesperson, but you react only when I ask you a question? But please go ahead. Go ahead, please. I think I am and every anchor and media person is used to this criticism. Go ahead.
No. The viewers see, and that is why there is a special term called Godi media.
The viewers hear and see you as well, and that's why there's a specific term called selective. Go ahead, Tausif Ahmed.
90 cases every day, and majority of that is in BJP's ruled state. Yet BJP spokesperson will not come and admit that yes, there are faults. They will not admit that they will not demand resignation of the BJP chief minister. In Badlapur, 500 protesters were arrested. Around 60 protesters were arrested. Within 24 hours, the FIR was not lodged until there was widespread protest. And after 24 hours after a formal complaint was lodged by the parents, then only the FIR was lodged in Badlapur. Yet complete pin drop silence by BJP, and no one wants to talk about the resignation, demanding resignation of Eknath Shinde, demanding resignation of Devendra Fadnavis. Only Mamata Banerjee, only Bengal. Please stop this. Please rise above politics, own up and answer to what Mamata Banerjee has asked from the Prime Minister Modi. If BJP runs this case, if CBI is now handling this case, how do they intend to
but do not ask questions on the lapses. But do not ask questions on the procedural lapses of the police. Focus on now and focus on today. And Tausif Ahmed, hear me this time, in case you didn't hear me, the previous question that I asked to Pradeep Bhandari. Please respond, because here we're talking about the overall security aspect and angle of women in the country. I hope you heard me, Tausif. Respond, Pradeep.
My question is, Swati, and thank God that the dictatorial fascist Mamata Banerjee is not ruling the country. Otherwise, she would have banned the media and filed FIRs on every journalist, and they go on giving certificates, and one of their spokespersons only know about that. My question is, he was speaking about Badlapur. We had the principal named in the FIR in Badlapur. The Deputy Chief Minister admitted that a fast-track court will be filed. A special IG was appointed. We were not focused on covering up personally. No court has said that the Chief Minister or the Chief Minister's administration is covering up or the state has completely failed in law and order. So please understand and see the difference. We're not involved in covering up. We know something bad. The crime against women has happened and we have to take action. The policeman was suspended. We're not like you that we give shield to tainted officers like Vineet Goyal. Now my point is simple and I want to ask a simple question which is very, very factual. Please tell me, he's not answered the question here. Why was Sandeep Ghosh reinstated? Please tell me, did the court not said that the Calcutta police had failed in filing the FIR? In Badlapur, did the victim said that the police commissioner is involved? No. But here in Calcutta, the victim said that the police commissioner is involved.
But
why
there was a delay. No, but
suspend
Pradeep, there was a delay in Badlapur
yes,
as well. There was a delay. The family was made to wait for over 12 hours before they filed an FIR.
Yes, that's why 3 policemen were suspended. That's why a fast-track court has been set up. That's why a special public prosecutor is appointed. We do not differentiate in crime against women. But he cannot devote 45 minutes of
Shashi
time to
Panja.
Bengal. And let me tell you 10 seconds of time because there are 3 allegations. I question the intent of the state government. What happened in Park Street? They said that it's a fabricated incident. What happened in Hanshali? They said
I want to take a quick response from Shashi Panja. Respond because BJP claims if you're highlighting the Badlapur issue, we handled it differently. We took immediate swift action. Respond, Ms. Panja, please go ahead.
Ma'am, let's not allow this rant to continue because it's dangerous. There is a POXO. Those are POXO victims too. That was the crime was on 13th and then it took 16. It was FIR was on 16th. I'm not comparing. I'm really not comparing. Let's stick to the point of justice for this girl. For this girl here in Raj. That's what we stick to. And what we are sticking to is, yes, we are waiting for CBI to complete its investigations. Mr. Bhandari, unfortunately, is factually incorrect. He says about Section 144 all over the state. What is he saying? I agree with Lalita ji when she said these protests were organic, which proves the spontaneity of the protests, and these protesters were not beaten upon by in Maharashtra.
Did the court not ask the West Bengal government not to file cases on the protesters? Did the court not ask the West Bengal government not to file the cases on the protesters? Did the victim not say that today she was 144
the
years
investigation
so that
will not
protest?
be compromised.
Madam, stand
whether
with the
he's
victim. You are a woman.
transferred.
You are a woman and a minister.
We are more concerned
No, you are
about
not.
the
You are not. You are not. Even in Hanshali, you were not. In
Your
Sandeshkali, you were not. In Park Street, you were not. You call these incidents a fabricated incident.
Your Brij Bhushan Singh continues to remain MP. And his son was given the MP
Brij
ticket.
Bhushan,
how can you
can talk about all these cases. We can have a debate on that. You cannot devote 45 minutes of time or 20 minutes of time on Beti of Bengal.
One second.
This is how you are concerned
While all
about
these
Bengal.
other cases are being brought up, and yes, it's true that wherever such cases have been reported, irrespective of against whom that individual it has been registered or filed, action needs to be taken against the perpetrators. But let's not take our focus away from the issue at hand, the Kolkata rape and murder horror. Some very pertinent questions have been asked by the Supreme Court, but now the CBI has to conduct the investigation and the CBI has to apprise the court of what it has found. Today, a polygraph test was done. Tomorrow, once again, the polygraph test will be done on the main accused. There are several questions left unanswered. Let's hope that justice is done and we find answers to those questions. Thank you very much to Shashi Panja for joining us on the broadcast. Thank you to Lalita Kumar Mangalam. Thank you to Tausif Ahmed Khan as well. Pradeep Bhandari and Kamruzaman Chaudhary will stay on with us for debate number 2 as well. Moving on, shifting